This is the manual for the machine. Has a nice detailed setup of just a couple of the pieces that are needed to put the machine together to get it fully operational. It also has nice detailed setup of the EasyCAD software that is included on this USB drive. There's also an electronic version of the EasyCAD manual along with an electronic copy of the manual here. My little laptop doesn't have the USB port that fits this drive, but lucky for me, this machine includes this adapter piece that is going to be perfect. Underneath the manual is the quality control sheet for the JPT laser source. This is the MOPA laser source inside of the machine. Moving on, there's this really nice stainless steel for setting the focus on the machine. I have a nice full scale in millimeter on one side, and for those of us in America, inch is on the other side. There's some safety glasses, the main power cable, a foot switch to activate the machine. This is perfect when I'm doing large batches of items. Moving on is the USB cable. This has the common printer type cable, so if you ever lose this cable, damage it, or you'd like to use a longer one, you can always search on the internet for USB printer cable, and that'll get you the correct cable compatible with the machine. I'm going to skip over this and move over to this assembly boom. This sets the focus of the laser. This is motorized. It is adjustable from the software and also from the front of the machine. If you'd like to adjust this manually, there is a hand dial that goes to the very top of that assembly. There's a few screws for putting together the machine and some guide pieces for boxing in your work on the top surface here. Here's all the different attachment points. We just took a look at some fasteners that we'll need for putting the machine together. We have a nice wrench set to make sure we can do that. And my machine, I was able to get this with a nice sample pack of some materials to start engraving. Here's some business cards, and these are pretty thick cards. These are typically twice the thickness of what I usually see coming with a machine. We also have some nice anodized aluminum, and I believe these are going to be coated stainless steel, and then this is 304 stainless steel. So we're going to be able to black mark this and then also color mark it, and that's going to be attributed to the MOPA power supply inside of the main unit. Moving on to the main machine, there's a few controls on the front here, a main power button, a down button for focusing on this main boom, the up button for the focusing, an E-stop button. Here is the laser head. As we move along to the back side, we're going to see that there's an umbilical cord that comes out. We'll trace that all the way around, and it goes into the back of the base here where that MOPA power supply is located. It's very important not to kink or crush this cable because the optic cable going from the MOPA power supply up to the laser head, that is not user serviceable. We're not able to disconnect that cable and replace the cable that is permanently attached to the power supply up to the end of the laser head that's in here before it bounces around in some mirrors up here. On the back of the machine is the USB port, the port for the foot switch, rotary attachment, and a whole separate ground lug. When I move to the opposite corner, here's the main power plug-in with a built-in fuse box. This is a really nice complete package. It includes everything that I need to get started and up and running with my Monport laser machine. I want to loop back very quickly to the USB drive that comes with the machine. There's a number of important files that are on here, and the first thing that I like to do before I assemble the machine and even power it on is I like to take all the files on here and copy them onto the computer that I'll be connecting up to the machine. That way, when I go to do the software installation, I already have those files on my computer, and if I ever have any questions about the EasyCAD software or operating the machine, I already have those electronic manuals already on my computer.